Hey, ARESxGOD here, and it's time to talk about DanMachi. And I have to say, this was such a nice episode with this brief moment of peace that we have over here, and confirming the title, picking up girls in a dungeon, and Belle definitely does this in this episode. But it felt so good to have a moment like this after everything that happened, especially after last week's episode, that the fate of the Astrea family. That was such a good episode, but coming into this one, especially for the character development between both of them that they have had this season, and also their relationship, how far it has gotten, the cute, wholesome, embarrassed moment that we had here, but also still keeping that dread theme that this season fully had with the Juggernaut, and the end. I can't wait for last episode. We're probably gonna have the last fight, and I'm super excited. But we have to talk about this episode, so let's get into it. Now, picks up straight from last episode with them having this break a bit moment of peace, relaxing, recovering, trying after being in the river, having to dry their clothes off. Of course, the moment over there, both of them being flustered and embarrassed over there between each other, and it feels really good. Of course, Belle has done this quite a few times, but seeing Ryu in a position like that, being flustered, emotional, blushing, feels so good, because she has always been this serious type of character. So we have had glimpses of her in positions like this, but this episode had a lot of that, and I was so happy. And yeah, I'm starting to think that Ryu might be the best girl. I have my top 3 being Ryu, Aisha, and Freya. Freya does things to me, but Ryu kinda seems to take the spot for me right here, top girl, especially after this season, her history, her personality, everything. And with her after that asking him, why did you come back, and seeing how honest and pure his emotions were. He didn't have an ulterior reason for causes her to probably fall more and more for him, with him saying, I can't let anyone else die. He didn't have a master plan or anything, he just did it for her, and this causes her to finally open up, telling him the story of the Astrea family, everything she went through, everything that happened, everything she did also. Of course, it's not shown again because we have gotten the flashback, and especially last episode, and I gotta stress, they have done such an amazing job with the flashback, having them being spaced out at the beginning of a few episodes, getting us attached to characters, and then last week's episode just made the Astrea family and Ryu so much better, and she has gotten very attached to Belle, and even more after he told her, hey, you have to go on. They did that for you, they saved you, they gave their life so you can survive, and I'm here for you also. And she got very emotional there. That was such a good moment between them, and he picked up the girl in the dungeon. What can I say? The title fits even more in this season throughout, especially with Ryu. And then we have the cute, wholesome moments. They have to Ryu suggests skin to skin contact, warm up, dry their clothes, everything. Even saying that elves would hug even a dwarf in times of emergency, but probably. And then she starts blabbering left and right out of emotions, flustered, embarrassed, everything. She was so cute during that entire scene, and even caused Belle to laugh and saying, you haven't changed. That was such a perfect thing to say there, him without even realizing he's this lady killer. Perfect. Over here, she even started trembling. He calms her down a bit, hugs her, and they finally hug. They're warming up both emotionally and physically at the same time. Belle finally sees her as a woman, saying how small you are, and yeah, the boobs are small. I get it, Belle, I get it, but small boobs are still very good. Are still very good, and Ryu is very, very hot. Finally seeing her as a woman there, and that was a wholesome, cute moment between them. Very funny also. And the question, what would you want to do when you get back home? And she just wanted to have some food at Mamma Mia back, even though the others are gonna chastise her a bit for everything that happened. And Belle just wants to see the others and Hestia and saying they are back, and them finally thinking what comes after is a very good mental thing, because they're thinking of the future, not just of the present and the dread and everything that there's a glimmer of hope there. But also after the way the episode ended, we're gonna get there, this hope can also be dangerous. But after the moments that we had here in the first half, they finally recover a bit. They're still wounded, Belle with his left arm, Ryu with her leg, and they have to go into this uncharted territory and even discover this new sweet smelling plant. It felt like they were again in an adventure. It didn't feel that dangerous, but slowly the dread was creeping back up. They reach this dead end. They can dig up to go to the surface through that crystal ceiling, and they finally see the light at the end of the tunnel, reaching charted territory that they knew about, or at least Ryu knew about, one of the great rings leading them to the normal path. It's not gonna be that easy, but at least they know where they're heading. And I really liked when Belle put it into words. This wasn't just luck. Our hard work paid off. We kept going, we kept struggling, we kept fighting, and that's very true. If they would have given up at any point throughout this entire dreadful journey, they would have died 100%. So it was nice seeing some hope finally from both of them there. But of course this season kind of proved when you get that hope, the other shoe drops, and something fell off when they were really close there and feeling the bloodthirst, the killing intent. It's the Juggernaut, it's back. I'm the Juggernaut, bitch. I had to say it, I couldn't help myself. And I was expecting it. It had to come at some point. And it shows that this is an apex predator. It knew what it was doing, hunting them. It was waiting for them there. And the way it kind of transformed into this chimera, absorbed monster, started using their abilities, some even from a floor boss over there. So this is more than a killing machine. I can't wait for that conversation with Uranus, Fels, and all of the... And also I hope we're gonna see that god from Ryu's flashback and Evilus. I have so many questions and everything, but now we're gonna focus on the dungeon and with the Juggernaut. Belle charging at it. The Juggernaut is a bit slower, but also I think it's a bit more dangerous with all of the abilities that it has right now, and Ryu still dealing with her block, with her trauma, but she's able to get past it a bit, at least for Belle. She saves him there despite being still frozen in fear. It's not something easy to get past to, but still shows how much she cares for Belle, how attached she has gotten to him after everything they've been through. I feel like they have a connection like that nobody's gonna be able to share after they get through with this. And even Belle saving her, but he gets stabbed with one of the spikes there. Now he shows his tenacity and determination. He fully cares about her, he's willing to save her, but also how much he also wants to survive and how much of a pain tolerance he has. After he got stabbed, he didn't use fireball to attack, he used it to cauterize the wound to give him a better chance of survival. Even after he did that with the poison there, just shows how much he has improved also after everything. They had to run, but they get caught between a rock and a hard place, literally rock and hard place, and also the Juggernaut and other monsters. They barely find this small crevice to go inside there, very wounded, Ryu exhausted, him passing out over there, and the Juggernaut kind of leaves them there. I think it's definitely gonna come back. Last episode is gonna be the last fight, we're gonna get to that. Ryu with her last magic heals Belle a bit, but she also thinks this is the end of the road and kind of gives him the way. Both they were talking there, both knowing it was the end, this false hope, without actually admitting what they both knew. Yeah, it's gonna be okay, we're gonna escape. And when she said, can you hold me one last time, that was such a painful moment from her, and he hugs her, calms her down a bit, and she finally lets go and even says this, I can't see how this is the end can be so sweet last moments, and feeling very the closest she has ever been to somebody with Belle. And she finally closes her eyes to rest a bit. I knew Belle wasn't gonna let it end this way, but that was a beautiful moment between, even though they were deceiving themselves and both of them they knew what was happening. Belle wanted to do more. She wants to keep her safe, even though his entire body is fucked up, full of pain, and this is why we call them heroes. I'm never gonna forget Alice's words over there. They're more than perfect, they fit perfectly for Belle, and the episode ends with him standing up and preparing to face the Juggernaut and everything else. I will protect her. And yes, he picks up girls in the dungeon. So this was a very different episode a bit in a way, with how it started, finally having some peace after everything, but then going back to the dread that we had over here, and the relationship and connection, attachment between Ryu and Belle has been nothing but amazing throughout this season. And I feel this has definitely been the best season so far in the series, and I'm super excited for the last episode. I hope we're gonna get season 5, 6, 7, however much there is left, and I'm having so much fun with the series, and also the pain after the Astrea episode. So yeah, I can't wait for next week. I'm really curious what you guys thought about the episode. What do you think of Ryu being so cute with Belle? How far he's willing to go for everybody that he cares about? I can't wait to see them reunited, to see the fight. And yeah, let me know in the comments below. As always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot. And you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. And also make sure to check out the podcast, because anime new episode is out every Wednesday. And I'll see you in the next one. Keep enjoying DanMachi. Bye bye.